Hey there, I'm Wendy, and we're going to learn about the Miss Stacey Watts or Mrs. And we're going to learn about why she's so amazing, why you want to click on her offer below. Hello, Stacey.
Hey Wendy, thanks for having me. Super excited to be part of the summit and to share one of my favorite tricks for social media content.
Super
Yeah,
exciting.
it's
So
exciting.
share with us quickly about what it is that you do,
Sure.
and we'll go into some Q&A and have a great time.
Sounds good. I am the founder and owner of Stacey on Social. I'm a social media coach and content strategist, but I also do social media management and all the social media things. I've actually been in social media for like 13 years now. So I'm one of those people that, kind of feels occasionally like I followed the white rabbit down into Wonderland to the Mad Hatter's Tea Party, and I've been here for so long that I'm part of the Tea Party when Alice shows up. Because I mean, if you use social media, it doesn't matter what platform, you know that there's stuff that's constantly changing, but there is tricks, even in marketing, that have stood the test of time, and that is one of my favorite tricks, which is repurposing content, which is what my video is all about, and what I teach quite a few people is because it makes it a lot easier when you realize you don't have to reinvent the wheel every time you put out a piece of content. So yeah, that's what I get to share with everybody. And I help other coaches and service providers uh, help their clients virtually, and so that they can focus on their clients in the real world.
So you can work anywhere from an individual all the way up to a corporate company and manage everything in between.
You betcha. I've actually worked with Fortune 500 companies and Fortune 100 companies in the past. I've worked, so it's really funny when people are like, "Well, what kind of companies do you work for?" I'm like, uh, they're like, and usually what somebody will say is, "Oh, my company is super boring." For example, we were just talking about it, insurance. And I'm like, no, actually, I can make insurance really exciting, surprisingly enough. Um, but I've worked with chiropractors. One of my current clients is actually a chiropractor for animals, an animal chiropractor, which is really cool. I've worked with health and wellness people, a travel company. Um, I work with a negotiations coach, an accountant, and yes, I can make stuff really, really exciting even for an accountant. A lot of her videos, her current Instagram reels are hitting over 6,000 views on a regular basis. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she makes her stuff a lot of fun. Like it's cool because I can actually say, "Hey, try this. It's something I think that will work for your brand." And she'll try it and it actually comes across, which is great. Occasionally if you ask somebody to do something for Instagram Reels, it gets awkward and you're like, "Yeah, I'm sorry."
Womp womp.
Exactly. Question mark. But um that's where like the power of repurposing comes in, and that's how it's working for her is we're repurposing a lot of the same stuff. One of her reels hit 32,000 views the first time we did it. So we've actually done a similar reel, like redone it and redone it and redone it. We've redone it so many times I've actually lost count of how many times, but we are literally using the same words on the screen. The video is just different, and the caption is the same. The words on the screen are the same, but the video and the music is different. And it's still getting people interested. So it's
Well,
like,
I'm guessing it's kind of how things work on TikTok. Why, you'll have something where someone will share something, people will recreate it. It'll be a silly dance. I'm not saying she's doing song and dance, but the point is that it's taking what someone did really well and doing it over and over again. Except it's her own content. One of the questions I do have, and then we'll wrap this up, is
sure.
um how far apart are you doing this repurposing? So like if you did the video on say, July 1 and it took off, and you've done this over and over and over again, are you launching the duplicate
End of July.
all through July?
No,
So
end of July. Like we've
oh,
used it. For example, I just reposted it yesterday. Like not reposted, but we put a new video with the same words and the same caption. And the last time we put it up, what are we? November 26th today. We put it up November 1st.
oh, okay. Well, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
And she would like to put it up every week, but I'm like, we can't, I do need spacing. Like there needs to be some, see the big difference, and this is the part where it really varies from account to account. She, for the last couple months, has, and she has realized this, and I've always said this, you do not need to post every day.
Uh,
You do not need to post 5 days a week. But she wanted to try it. And I said, okay, well, you've got me. Like, I am capable of posting 7 days a week if I have to. That's what they hire me for. I mean, that is really what I'm paid to do. But I prefer to give wiggle room and breathing room for content. And even the CEO of Instagram, Adam Mazzari, has even said, your Instagram reel that you posted today may only have, 1,000 views on it, but tomorrow all of a sudden it'll take off. But if you post something immediately behind it, it starts to compete against each other.
uh,
So he does suggest even, giving some room to your content to let it grow. And so for her, for the last little while, we have posted 5 days a week. So if you keep that in mind, within 2 weeks, like post at the beginning of the 2 week and post at the end of the 2 weeks, that's 10 to 50, 10 pieces of content with possible more content plus tons of stories.
right,
So that's a different than someone who posts, say, 2 times a week, which is only 4 posts, right? So there's only
right,
4 posts in between versus hers, which is 10 posts in between, which,
uh,
if you think about it, that's pretty much your phone screen's worth of the grid.
right.
Right, the number of tiles on an Instagram screen. So that's why it works for her. It would not necessarily work for myself because I don't post that as often as she does, simply because I'm posting for everybody else, which is why I repurpose. Actually, that is my, so I'm nicknamed the Queen of Repurposing by one of my clients, and my desire to repurpose and my love of repurposing was born a necessity for myself so that I could actually post content while I was taking care of other people's content. When you're taking care of um, 9 other people's content across like 3 or 4 platforms, it's a lot.
Sure,
And so in order to do that, I'll repurpose their content. So one of the client I work for, who's a therapist, we will post a piece of content on her Instagram and a week later, so on a Monday, and then the following Monday will go on Facebook. So we
oh,
just
okay.
alternate it because we see so much content in a day as users of these platforms that you will not remember a piece of content you saw on Instagram on a Monday the following Monday. You probably won't remember it in an hour from now, really. So repurposing is not a 4-letter word. It is actually, yeah, it's longer. But you get my point. It's not a swear word. Cross-posting is not repurposing. That's the biggest thing I need to leave with everyone.
Oh, that's
And
good. So cross posting means I make a post on Facebook, I share it on Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube.
yeah, copy paste,
Repurposing
copy
is
paste, copy
taking the
paste.
post and then using the same post, except the only thing you're changing is a few things.
Yes. And I actually go into that on my video.
Well, wonderful. So I
Save
guess what
the
we need everybody to do is to
yeah.
below to learn more.
And the best part is if they watch the video and they're like, "Hey, I have questions," I'm available on Instagram. I'm available on Facebook, Stacey on social. You can find me at Stacey Watts on LinkedIn, and you can find me at Stacey on social on YouTube. I'm everywhere, people.
That's
Threads as
awesome.
well.
That's so cool. Well, I know that I learned a lot because I thought repurposing was posting the different things, not using the same stuff over again. So I don't know about you, but I learned something. So I'm gonna click the video below after it's posted, and I'm gonna learn some more information. So thank you so much for your time, Stacey.
Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate your time as well.